Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers, and this is video 4 in our Lilac and Lavender Dreams series, and the paper is by Kyung Shotwell, and her store is Wonders by Wink. It's an Etsy store. So this is everything we're gonna need to finish up our project, which we should be able to do in this video. Now, I've kind of changed up a little bit. I had initially said that we were going to put the closure on and then do the envelope stack, whatever, and I've changed my mind, and we're going to put the closure on last. So we're going to actually take our book and set it to the side. Right now we're going to take our envelope stack and all these other little surprise goodies over to the side, and we're going to cover the back. Now I went ahead and did mine. I had initially said that I was going to just use a strip, the strip I had cut off over here, and put it here and then do a collage. I couldn't really find a way to make that fit without taking the stripe off, and I really wanted this little bird on the back. So I decided to just cover the back like I covered the front, and cut the paper from the opposite side so that I had the little bird. Had I thought about it, I would have just cut it, you know what I mean, like the normal way, cut the left side off and the little bird would have been there instead of this little part. Anyway, I love it the way it is. I'm just saying, most people watch them all before and then they go back through and do the project. So that's just something you might want to think about. I think this way it kind of looks like it continues. And especially with the lavender across the top. Okay, so all you do is cut this piece the exact same size as this piece on the inside. All right, because this is the same size as this. Go figure. And you got to be a little careful when you glue it down, because remember, our belly band has a little bit of space in it to fit the book. On a side note, I maybe wouldn't have made it quite so large, and maybe used an altered paper clip to clip the envelope on the front. Just a thought, and I may still do that, and if so, we'll do that at the end. So we've got our cover, and right now we're going to set that to the side. And then we're going to break out my notes. Seriously, we're going to break out my notes because we're going to do finish up our envelope stack, as you can see from all the paper clips. So what we're going to do is we're going to do, now remember, all of these pockets and tucks that I do are optional for you. You can obviously do yours any old way that you want to do it. All right, so this is just the way I am doing it, and like I said, you can do yours any way you like. Now if you remember, we've already cut the edge of this, and we've already got our card inside that we could take in and out, which you can't do right now because of the paper clip. So then we have to think about our magnet. Now this is not going to meet with all the paper clips inside. We may have an issue once we put all the papers on, which I didn't really think about. So I may have to, well, I'll tell you about that at the end. We'll wait and see how it closes. So the magnets may be in there and not make a difference. If so, you'll be able to skip that part when you make yours. All right. So the first thing I did was I opened this up, and I love this little bird, and so I've used him throughout, and he actually goes this way. What I've done is I've incorporated the tan and the lavender, just like we did on the cover. We have the tan and the lavender. And so what I did was I put what is pretty much a hidden tuck or pocket that goes a vertical pocket. It's wider than a tuck. And so we're gonna, and that's gonna be for this little card to go inside. It's a piece of ephemera that comes with the kit. I ended up with a lot of ephemera left over, but there are places I could have used it, and some of this is the leftover from when I cut the music pages up to put the music page inside the CD envelope. But there's tons of ephemera that comes with this. There's these bigger cards, which I probably, you know what, I think I might use these. I have an idea for those. So we'll see about that. There's two, actually, I think I'll use those two with the sayings on them. Let me paperclip them over here. Actually, I'm going to use these. I apologize, but if I, oh, it doesn't matter. I can take them out from where I plan on doing them later and ink them. I just want you to remind me, put in the comments, take the cards back out and ink them. This is not going to be, actually this one I inked, so it isn't really hidden. I wasn't really thinking about, I didn't realize how well the lavender lined up. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue this one on 3 sides. The easiest way to do it, the correct way, is to put your fingers on the side you do not want to glue. So we're going to glue this. Should have filled this before. I mean, it's not empty by any means, but it comes out a lot faster. I like to have it for videos. Yeah, there was a little bit of schmutz in the end there. Oh, good grief. Here we go. It's still not coming out very well. As you can see, I cut this from a leftover. I want you to, I'll show you the scraps that I have in a minute. Now, gluing this on this side, the reason we're doing it is because of the magnet. And now that I think the magnets are not going to work, I really don't want to cover up the butterfly, but the whole butterfly isn't on here, so, and I really want the bird. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it in. And the reason we're gluing it in this way is we're hoping that the magnets are going to work. And if I glue this on the side over here, let me show you. Make sure you can still close it. That's why I glued it even with the paper. Okay. Make sure that there's no glue seeping out. Dry baby wipe, clean, as in never used. Okay. So we've got that in there. Inked this. I didn't print it on the back. This, because the envelopes and stuff are white in here, so there is white. And this is white with some gray on it. So there's gray, and there's the lavender, and then there's the darker color, or the lilac color and the lavender color. And so leaving this white on the back with just inking it around was fine with me. If you want, you might want to ink the whole thing a light color. You might want to back it with dyed paper. It's up to you. even coffee dyed paper would work, I guess, because of the tan. I'm not sure I would go that way. That's up to you. The reason we have this is longer one way than the other. That's why I had it in here this way. The magnet is right here. So what I'm trying to do is not put an extra layer between the magnet on this side and the magnet on this side. This card is going to go inside the envelope and the magnet is on top of the envelope. So there's only the one layer of paper, one layer of paper. As long as it lies flat enough, once we take all these paper clips out, then the magnets will still work without the extra. Okay, so now on mine, I've opted to leave them just the lilacs. However, I may put some ephemera on here, some of these, maybe one of these on the top, a couple of these on the bottom. I haven't really thought about that part, and that's totally optional for you as well. Maybe a couple of these on the, or one of these on the front top, one on the bottom, and do the same on the front. That might be a way to go. Like I said, right now I'm initially going to leave them the lilacs because I really love the lilacs. So I'm going to take my paper clip off. This is the card for inside the envelope. And we need to trim off a very, very, very smidge of the end. Let's see if I can line my scissors up here. It's the underside that's getting caught. There we go. Just a little shaving is enough to open it up. All you have to do is cut that little fold off. Depending on how far you inked in, you may have to re-ink. Normally I would be able to cut all the way up in one cut. I don't know what my deal is. Now, you're going to see the blue unless you take a piece of paper. Do you remember like we did back here? And put it inside, which on second thought I might do. So let me think about that and we'll come back and do that last. I didn't realize, I forgot the inside was the blue. Okay, so I'm leaving mine plain. I'm going to probably go ahead and put the ephemera on there now that I think about it. I think that would be pretty. And I like the ones with the sayings on them. I think I have. Well, these are plain. I've already used 2 or 3 with the sayings on them, and there are 4. So I may use my little stamps and stamp something on these and put 4 with some kind of word on there on the top. Or I may just take these squares like I showed you and except put one at the top and one at the bottom, which I think would be pretty cool as well. And we have plenty of squares. I'm not very good at thinking of sayings. All right. So once I take the paper clip off for the hidden pocket that you did not see on this side, because I'm very, very sneaky, very. I didn't ink this pocket. Let me take that paper clip off. So now I'm going to glue this on 3 sides. Yes, see the ink or the glue is coming out much better now. There was a blockage. Now that little extra bit of glue that I do in the corners so that I can move it around like this is going to make the corners of the pocket smaller. Just on a side note. Where's the card? There's a little card for there. Oh, maybe not. Not yet. So that's one that I forgot. I was so busy making the hidden pocket that there's a card for it because there's one over here on the other side. There must be a matching one in here somewhere. Is this it? No, that's a big one. Anyway, I'll find it. I will. I promise. Oh, on this side I just put a pocket. A matching lilac pocket. And I will put something in there. You can, there's, like I showed you, there's a ton of ephemera. So let's do the front. Oh, now we can put this on the inside. Even temporarily, if we're going to come back and do the, oh, we won't need to. If this stays out like that a little bit, that's great. Then we won't have to put a tab or anything on it. I like the way that looks. Okay. And then we've got our pocket on the back, and we'll have something in there. We can cut out something maybe from a scrap and make a card out of it. I know. There's more than one of these. I'm going to put one of these in here on this side, and there's another one the same size in here somewhere. Or even these two flowers would be pretty. One on one side and one on the other. Okay, so these are too big, I think. Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, but you could trim it down. You could cut down the white side. And you could cut a little bit off of each side of this and make these two fit. You could put one of these in here on either side. Trim it down a little bit. So here's those are some options. You have plenty of options. Now I'm looking through my options. Yeah, there are plenty of options. You've got two cream colored flowers if you wanted to put those in there instead of the white to go in, tie in with the tan. I think I'll set these aside for that. I've made up my mind right here on camera. I swear I thought there was two of these as well. And those would look nice in there. So you have lots of options. I'm sorry. It's just I'm like taking up all your camera time, deciding at the last minute what ephemera to use. It just made me laugh. So anyway, now we can put, oh, we need to trim this one. I'm going to turn it around to do that. We can put paper clips away as we go. Yay. Oh, we haven't glued that one on yet. So let's trim this side. These are so thin when they come off. Here's the other one. They're so thin when they come off, you can use them in clusters. I usually save them. I have some up here already. By up here, I mean in my little metal tray or stand that I have. One less paper clip. Now we can put this card inside. Let's see what we had. We had the colored side facing out. I'm going to go ahead and take this paper clip off for that little pocket so that I can put the card in. Oh, I like that. They kind of work as handles. See how these last minute things as you go along can end up working out really well. So I'm going to put this pocket on here. I guess I didn't need my notes since I'm working from the outside in so far. People are going to work, so now my dog's gonna bark. I think you guys know and love Oz by now, don't you? Write in the comments below how much you love him and what you think he looks like, just from listening to him bark. That would be fun. You can also make nice comments or thoughts. Not necessarily nice. They can be whatever you want. Suggestions, whatever. I like to get comments. A lot of people will do a thumbs up and then not leave a comment, which, like I said, I like comments. Once again, we're going to put something over here. We just haven't decided yet. This is just our temporary placeholder. Oh, I think I decided these, but I'm going to trim them down a little bit so they fit. Jeez. And then I have to ink them. Put my baby wipe out of the way until I need it. Okay, now on this side, we had the leftover pieces from doing the cover when we cut them off. When we cut the pieces off, we had the leftover. So I took this part and I cut it out. And they just happened to be, when I cut them in half, cut it in half, the exact right size to make pockets for these tall business envelopes. I was so excited, I almost cried. For reals. Anyway. It's making me very emotional even now. I love it so much. So much. My stomach is growling. It's 7 a.m. Am I going to put you guys on hold and go eat and then come back and finish? So we do have a bit to do. Okay, so we're going to glue these on the bottom. And then we're going to take this one right back off because I forgot to ink it. Sorry about that. Just wanted to lightly ink it all the way around. I did try to cut this out with my Scan and Cut that I brag about, but This was part of a bigger sheet, and it couldn't distinguish the border between the background and this because these are so light for me to tell it to cut out just this part. This glue should still be wet enough to go ahead and just use it and stick it down. Yep. And you can make a tuck out of it and not glue this up the side. I don't know with the square. Now on this side, and there's you can put these two in here, this one, and these are a little this pocket. I'm going to wait to put something in there because I don't want to accidentally glue something into the pocket. I wonder if these would fit. There's two of them. Oh yeah, but I'm not going to put them in there until okay, set those to the side. See, we're using up our ephemera. I forgot about putting ephemera in the pockets once I make them. Okay, on this side, I did set these aside. They match. The ones here, I mean the ones, yeah, the ones here and the ones here. And there's one on the back of each one. But now on one side, because the butterfly and all I wanted to keep, I put a pocket. I didn't do the same thing on both sides. That paper clip was kind of grabbing on there. Want to tear the paper. So on this side is a pocket. The outside is inked, but not the top. It's kind of weird. Huh. I must have just missed it when I was inking. I'm sorry, I'm not used to having the glass so high so that it fits in the camera. I hope I wasn't doing all of that off camera. Okay, so this is a tall pocket. I wonder if once I glue it, this is going to fit in here. It may not. So I may have to use something skinnier. I think I'll set that aside, come back. I'm not going to do all of the ones that I haven't decided on camera. I'm not going to go back. But the final video that will be in the series will be a flip through. So you will be able to see the ephemera that I didn't put on camera. You'll be able to see which ones I decided on. And then that will help you too. Or that will help you as well. I try to use correct sentences, but sometimes when I was younger, believe it or not, like younger, 12 to 15, I spoke much more eloquently than I do now, believe it or not. And I was kind of picky about it. And my mother told me that was why I didn't have a lot of friends, because I was always correcting people. Who knows? I don't think I wanted a whole mess of friends. I didn't think I needed them. I think I'd rather have a few good friends. Looks like there's a little bit of pencil on here where I tried to, yeah. Yes, I went back and inked that. I missed both of these. I apologize. And I didn't cut the little zigzaggies out, all of them. To tell you the truth, I think I'm going to cut this where the line is. Like I did on the other side. And this little corner sticks out a little bit. And I don't care. I just like the way it looks. So let me finish inking that real quick. Sorry I didn't get this while I was off camera. I did miss a couple spots. So now, when I glue this, I'm going to glue the bottom. And I'm going to glue this. And then I'm going to glue just a little bit of that. So I'm going to do that little bit first, so I don't forget and put glue up the whole thing. There we go. Then around the bottom. And up to here. So this pocket is actually almost a tuck. If I could have matched the other one to where it was like this, I would have. But I didn't want to print out a whole nother page to do that. Okay, so I love that. So when they're closed, it looks like that. And I love it. Oh, I do have something for there. It's over in this other stuff. The little pieces of the dyed paper. Looks like I could trim just a smidge more off because of the glue, you know, on the bottom. In fact, I'm going to leave them sticking up a little bit because I don't want to accidentally glue them to the bottom of the pocket. But I didn't want to forget that that was what I wanted to put in there. I have these two. Oh, I remember what I was going to do with them. I want to put them with what I was going to do them with so that I don't forget. So I'm getting paper clips back out just in case you haven't noticed. All right. So we got this, we got that. Now we need to do on this side, I've decided to do a belly band with this card. That way we've got this little butterfly. So there's a pocket on this side and a belly band on this side. Most of the time I'm one of those people, as you guys know, that things match up completely and entirely. But I decided to try really, really hard to not freak out. This looks like it could be trimmed 1/16. I don't know if you guys could see how much stuff I just set over there. The reason you can hear me moving my stool around that I'm sitting on is because I'm on carpet and the stool doesn't roll, so I have to kind of pick it up and scooch it. And it sounds like that. All right, let me double check. Yes. So on a belly band, you just glue the bottom and the top. You guys probably have that one memorized by now. I accidentally put quite a bit of glue on the top, which is a good thing because it's crooked. There we go. There's the dogs upstairs. Oh, it's almost 7:30, so the people upstairs just got up. I made this belly band to match these. These are the pieces. Now we can put this in here. And inside these two envelopes, I made some writing paper. And that's where these cards are going to go as well. So these two ended up the different sizes because I cut them incorrectly. But I just wanted to show you I am going to put the dyed writing paper in here. A lot of my journals are writing journals. They have, you know, papers and books and notebooks and whatever inside. So there's that for that. Now we're at the middle of the back. I swear to you, I knew where these were going to go. Oh. One is going to go in each envelope with the writing paper. Okay. Each one has a saying on it. This one says, the level of our success is limited only by our imagination, and no act of kindness, however small, is ever wasted. And it matches the one on the front. This one is different. It says, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And that's the Maya Angelou. You'll see in a minute that that matches the one on the cover as well. So these two match the ones that will end up being on the part of the cover. And then on the very back here, you're going to love. All right, we're going to take these three little teeny ephemeras. I'm going to glue these on. Lavender, lilac, and they're going to be pockets. And each pocket is going to hold one of these little pieces of ephemera, and it's going to be very, very pretty. However, I forgot to ink them all. I can't believe how much I forgot to ink before the video. I apologize. So all you have to do is glue these on as pockets. And this is what it's going to look like when we're done. But I'm not going to glue them on now because I want to ink everything first. So just glue them on like that. You'll see it, excuse me, in the flip through. And of course you're going to do whatever you want. So you may not even do that. So it may not matter that I forgot to ink them. I'm going to have to go all the way back through this. The only reason I didn't just do them is because I want to ink these before I glue them down, obviously. Okay. So now that's going to be all of the stack itself. See, these can probably go down in here now. So they're not flopping around so much. I may go ahead and put a piece of ephemera in front of each one to help hold it in. That will kind of help hold it in. Like that a lot. Okay, so that's going to close like that. That's going to close like that, or whichever way you want to be first. Let's see. Just double checking, double checking. Aha! I have these two. Ah, they're taller. See, I like that better. They go a little bit more. I like the other ephemera. I think it would go inside a pocket better. See, look at that. Perfect. I may even print out another one of these. Can't find the other one that's that size. So then this closes like this, and it's got the card inside. This one closes like this with the card inside. Now remember, the magnet is on the top. Let's see how close we can get. Ah, and the magnet holds it. I'm going to have to trim these papers down. Oh, you know what we forgot? We forgot the writing cards in the back envelope. So back here, remember, we've got this open envelope. See, that's why I'm not looking at my notes. With pockets and thumb pull. That's what it says when you finish the front. Let me get my, I think I'm going to use the 2-inch one. This is an awfully big envelope. I want to make sure that the thumb pull is large enough. That's what I call them. I don't know. Some people may call them thumb holes. I don't know. That may be too big. It is awfully big. I think I will use my 1.5. I think I better close up my glue. Yeah, see, there was schmutz in the end. Kind of clean it out a little bit. Okay, now we're going to take this. There are little marks that show you the halfway. These are fairly new and I haven't marked them yet. This one doesn't have a central mark. I wish that it did. But apparently if you line these two up, then the center will be correct, but lining it up this way is easier if you have a center line. I'm going to assume that this little seam right here is going to be the center. So I may go straight down from there and draw a center line. However, all of that is moot, a moot point. So you're going to stick this in between here. You don't want to do the front and the back. You just want to do the front half. Put it on here. Stand up. I want to do this in the center. Okay. Forgot about that being white, which we have quite a bit of white in here. That's fine. I think I'm going to have to put a second piece of ephemera in here. To hold it in a little bit better. Is that better? Maybe even another one. Like this. Okay. You just have to check, you know, and go back. And like I said, I'm going to have to go back through here and maybe I'll just use these two. Take this one out or set it aside and come back to it. It's pretty in there. Okay. Oh, so we've got that. Now I have some fun for you. We have two big writing cards, and I used 2 halves of this page. There's a little bit of a center in here that I cut, and I had to trim it down just a little bit. But it doesn't matter which way it goes in. Front and back. Doesn't matter either way. So you're good to go. I'm going to put this side towards the front. I'm going to ink this right here. And I also have to ink the edge of the where we cut. Which, by the way, isn't something I forgot. You can only do it after you cut it. And you put the 2 cards in. Okay, but to make it kind of nifty neato, I thought that we could make an altered paper clip to go right here. So let's do that. Yeah, I'm not sure that that magnet's going to hold now that we've put all this other stuff in. So we may have to, yeah, I think I'm going to have to put a clear Velcro dot on there after all, which I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Doesn't bother me. All right, let's do our altered paper clip. These are already inked. This you won't see. We're not going to leave it this long. I've got the one with the little bird on it. And I've got this one. One's going to be on one side. One's going to be on the other. Like so. Paper clip will be in the middle. Like so. And you will be able to use the paper clip. So let's get going. I may put you on pause while the glue dries and go get something to eat. Watching glue dry is like watching glue dry. I'm sorry. Bad joke number, what, 462 during the series of videos. All right, let's make sure we're not going to see it. Okay. So you're going to fold it in half. So you're just going to fold a little piece in half. Then you're going to take the paper clip. You're going to put the paper clip on. These little squares aren't quite big enough to cover the whole paper clip, so I'm not going to put this paper all the way down. However, I should have made it a little bit longer. So let me get that piece I just threw away and see if it's long enough. No. Let's see what I got in here. It doesn't matter what you use. It just a piece of paper. So I want to mark how wide these are so I make it narrower. And I want to make it shorter. Oh, we're going to fold it in half. Thought I had this done ahead of time. Yes, long enough. You don't want this sticking out past here. Now, we're just going to glue the paper clip to this paper on either side. And then we wait for it to dry. Art glitter glue works better than Fabri-Tac. Not really sure why. I don't know if how. Yep, there we go. Be generous with the glue. You're going to have to do one side and wait for it to dry, and then do the other side and wait for it to dry. That's why I'm going to put you on pause. So you do both sides. Don't worry about the paper at this point. We'll put a little bit more glue on. So we're going to wait for that to dry. I put a little piece of ribbon on my pin, just like I did put this pin through a fake flower. Be kind of nice if it was through a real flower and you just change it every day. Okay, I'm going to put you on pause, and then I will be right back when the glue is dry, and then we will finish up our artificial our hidden paper clip, and then we will put the stack inside the book, and then we'll be done. Okay? All right. Okay, we're back. I've had breakfast, and the glue is 99.9% dry. So we're going to move on to the next step for making the altered paper clip. Just as too much information, during the break I fell off my stool here at my crafting desk. I went to scoot backwards, and it didn't roll. It tipped and I tipped with it. Okay, so now it depends on if you don't mind people seeing that little bit of white at the top as to how you glue this. I want to have the long side on the back, my preference. And so you can do it like this, where you can see the top of the clip, or you can slide it up a little bit, and then we can glue the tops of the two papers together. Got a little schmutz of glue on there. Let me get out my glue eraser and see if we can get that off. Oh, that's not what happened. Something else happened to it. Oh, where I had it paper clipped together. Let me get another one. Oz. Sorry about that. Every time I uncover the mic, he starts barking again. Kind of like that with the butterfly. I like that too for the back side. I'm going to go with the butterfly. Okay. So what happened was, when I had them paper clipped together, because they were the ones I wanted to use, the edge of my paper clip right here is sharp, and it dragged across the paper and made a scrape. So now you're going to want this part facing down. That's the open end of the paper clip. So I want the front to be the short side. So I'm going to glue this onto this paper, not past where the paper clip goes. So we're just going to glue it to the paper itself. So put the glue on the paper. My nose is running now that I ate. I'm not going to bother gluing it at the top because I'm going to glue the two squares to each other. Now, I want to make sure that my little bird is right side up. I'm going to glue into that paper. And now I'm going to flip it over. Looks like he's a little crooked. There we go. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this side. I'm going to glue this one to this one. We can trim them a little bit if we need to. They should be the same size though. If you're going to have to trim it a little bit, pull this one down so it's level at the bottom, and so that you have to trim it at the top if you need to do any trimming. Now this is far enough down. I don't think I'm going to glue the top together. The little bit of paper is far enough down, far enough down, but I am going to trim this little part right here so that it's even. So as we all know, that means I'm going to have to ink this just a little bit because I just cut the paper off. Okay, and we're going to open up our envelope stack. Let's make sure that this is all stuck together. And we should be able to slide the paper clip on here because the paper clip is open. Oh, and it's my mistake. We're not going to be able to, you know why? Because it's square. And the glue's not quite dry. But technically, you can just slide it down because it's open. Oh, I think I glued it shut. Should have glued each to the paper, which I thought I did. Oh, my paper clip is open. It's just such a tight fit. It's going to need to be a side clip. I think it's where my thumb is. There we go. And open up my paper clip a little bit. It's so snug. That's what the problem is. Oops, that's what the problem is. So I just need to open it a little bit. There we go. Now we can slide it on. No problem. The only reason we can't slide it down here is because this is square. Let me try it now that it's open. You just have to make sure you get it between the two papers. There we go. You slide it right down there like that. Okay. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that my paper clip was so, these are so tight together. See how flat, can you see how flat that is? What I did basically was stuck my finger up in there and opened it up a little bit like this. And that made it open enough for it to slide on and off easily, even though it was stuck to the paper on one side. Okay, so now we've got our altered paper clip on there. Ta-da! I'm so happy because I really wanted that to work. Okay, put all this stuff back, except for I need the ink to go through and ink everything. Okay, now we're gonna, I should have got a dot. Let me see if I can reach them while I had the microphone unplugged. Oh, just close enough. That I can, there they are. Sorry about that. That was 30 seconds of your life you'll never get back. But I knew I had a couple of the clear ones left before I had to open a new package. Okay, so we're going to put they call them clear because one side is clear and one side is white. So we're going to put that at the very edge. Right there with the white side on the underside. And then we're just going to close it. I'm not even sure if that's going to hold it closed. Yeah, it'll hold it closed. The CD envelope comes open. But that's better than the whole thing flopping open. If you wanted to, you could put a second dot inside to hold the CD cover shut. Totally up to you. I don't mind that little bit. Okay, so your envelope stack is done. Yay! Now we're going to put it inside the cover. I know this video is running long, but I wanted to finish it without making 5 videos. I thought you might too. Okay, so we're going to glue this in the center, just like that. I've decided not to make a second pocket in the back. I just put 2 cards in the one pocket. So I'm going to glue it all the way around. I'm going to be generous with the glue. This is kind of rounded and we're going to have to kind of flatten it. Hopefully that won't undo our Velcro, even though it might. I'll be generous with the glue. Let me do it like this. And I might even do something I don't normally do, which is put some in the center. I'm gonna stand up so I can see the center. Wow. Okay, and I just plopped it right down in the center. Remember, we're not going to look at this little tab. We're just going to look at the center here. I do have a little bit where I dropped it. Oh, there we go. I got it before it dried. Now remember, these two papers are going to be trimmed. Oh, it's our little altered paper clip sticking up in the middle. I was like, what? What is sticking up? That is not even. How can the envelopes not be even when they were even before? That's our little paper clip. So we'll see that on the inside of the stack. Let me take these papers out for now so you can see what it looks like closed. Yeah, because that's where our dot is. And then that's our little altered paper clip. And that's what everything looks like. Now we're going to put our book back inside so that we have our thickness. And if we leave that paper clip on there, we could just paper clip it on here. Oh, the dogs upstairs are really barking. See how long Oz can resist. And then we could make another altered paper clip. That would be pretty, and that way it wouldn't be hidden by the book. So I think I will make something else to go on top of that. You'll see it in the flip through. All right, so this is the inside complete. So the book is basically complete, except for putting the closure on. All right, we've got the magnet side done, which is this side with the bird. So we're just going to close it so we have the thickness. Then we're going to line up our magnets. Okay, line up our magnets. Now we've got our thickness, which is almost thicker than the closure. Gusset. We're going to flip it over and we're just going to glue it on the back. And then we'll be done. I want to be able to move it around a little bit. And you want to make sure that it's kind of snug down. And you want to make sure that where your fold is for your gusset is lined up. Remember, you've got a little bit of slack with your magnet. So if you need to pull it just a little bit, then do. And you're going to fold it over. And you're going to glue it on the back. And you'll see that this is the Maya Angelou quote that matches the piece of ephemera that goes in the middle of the back of the main part of the envelope in the middle. Okay, so we just let that dry. We want it to dry really well. And you flip it over to the front and your book is done. Ta-da! Are you proud of yourselves? I am. I think it looks great. Okay? Ta-da! So there you go. Now this is going to move a little bit back and forth until the glue is dry, and you want it to stay straight. So just leave it alone until the glue dries. All right. In fact, no, I would leave it with the magnet closed until the glue dried. Okay. I just want to make sure it didn't move and try to carefully flip it over. I think I'll let the glue dry like that. Leave the book like that. And the back looks really nice too, I think. Some people may want to not do it like this and put it under the paper. That's perfectly fine. Just glue it on. Put all the guts inside. Of course, you're going to have to wait to paper the back until you have the envelope stack glued in, and that's going to make it much harder to glue the back on. But you can do it. It can be done. You know, if you want to wait and glue this on first after you do your envelope stack so that you've got the thickness, then actually, let me rephrase that. You could put the envelope stack in before you glue it, but once you have it all put together so you know how thick it is, put the book in just like we did. Fold this over and make a mark so you know where to glue it. Then take everything out so that you can open it up flat, you know, and undo the magnet and glue it on, and then glue your paper on over the top of it. So you could do it that way, and then your magnet would still be lined up. All right, so your book is done. It's going to be this way, of course. I hope you like it. I like mine. Straighten it up just a little bit. It kind of moved. Sorry about that. My nose is running like crazy. And that's the end of our series on Lilac and Lavender Dreams. And I'd like to thank Kyung one more time for this beautiful paper kit. And that's it for this one, and I will see you in the next video series. And this is Terry saying goodbye, and that will be just a second for you, but a day for me. Bye-bye.